Where it seems busier is the outgoing side. And obviously, we had a bit last night when we look at what happened. I mean, Darwin Nunez scores a goal last night, seems to be running around quite a lot. The applause at the end, the tapping of the badge. Does it feel like a farewell goal for Darwin from what we're hearing?
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite that advanced as far as I'm aware at the moment. So I just think it's kind of, for him, this might be my last Anfield appearance. This could get sorted in the next couple of weeks. So, just in case, I will, show that appreciation. And I think the fans showed their appreciation to him as well. So it is moving, but I don't think we're quite kind of, this is immediately imminent or anything like that. Still waiting a bid from Saudi. There's that AC Milan interest that's come to the table now, although that feels like an absolute waste of time in terms of the valuation that's placed on his head. So we'll see. That's not, nothing. We're not in the position now where the bid has come in yet. So you can't confidently say that's his last Anfield appearance, but there is also every chance that it is. So that, I think that's why he was taking the opportunity to kind of almost say goodbye in that moment.
Yeah, it does feel that way. We'll see if anything develops on that one. And Federico Kieza was in the second game, but he was on the bench, so he had a few minutes there. As much as people looked at that, maybe thought, he's with that first 11 or that area of squad, a departure still feels inevitable, especially the way Rio's going at the moment.
Yeah, with Kieza, that was... I think that was just a situation whereby they knew that they couldn't use Ekitike for the full game, and therefore they needed someone senior to kind of back him up and come in as a replacement. So, no change as far as I'm aware. I still expect him to go. Italy is always, since the start of the summer, have been saying the likeliest destination, and that remains the case. We just await a side kind of firming that up, and whether that will be a loan or a permanent. But yeah, I'd be really, really surprised if he's still here at the start of the season.
Yeah. Just feel like
just to come in, by the way, because the chat is talking about Rodrigo a lot. I really don't think he's going to be a target. Like that shot down pretty firmly a couple of weeks ago that he is currently not a target. I do believe that kind of the finances around the deal are a reason why, but also quite clearly amongst the thinking as well is, as I say, the versatility, the options they've currently got in the forward line, the fact you don't want to block Engamoa's path. All these things are adding up. Again, I feel like you can almost kind of rule him out, really.
Yeah, it's always good to knock a few down, guess who style at this stage of the window as well. And I mean, there's almost a sadness to this because he got his goal, but afterwards, and he's done it before, as we know, at senior games, but Harvey Elliott went round the stadium on his own, didn't he, stand by stand? And it just felt that maybe you can read too much into this, but the Spurs talks, there's links with Red Bull, that could again be Harvey Elliott's last game in Liverpool shirt at Anfield.
Yeah, he definitely gave that vibe, didn't he? Again, kind of nothing imminent, but it could be soon. So, if that's the case, then, he kind of, wanted to make sure that he said goodbye to all the stands and really kind of make the most of it, really. And it's really sad, isn't it? Because he's a Liverpool fan. He's given absolutely everything. He's won trophies here and he's played really, really well at times as well. Yeah. So I suppose that's the positive he should take if he does leave. He's lived his dream, really, to do this, to win things at Liverpool and to score the goals he has and to, play as many games as he has. But it does just look like it's coming to an end now, doesn't it? There's just, talking about that competition in midfield, talking about the fact that Frimpong is considered cover on the right-hand side. There's just no real room for Harvey Elliott to play a significant role anymore, which is a shame. But I do think he will do well elsewhere, and we await to see which club truly firms up that interest. But there will be a lot of interest because he's a really, really good young player with plenty of room to grow.
Yeah, homegrown and more in the profit column, but it does feel like he's set to depart. And one that seems 99% done, this was Tyler Morton yesterday, landing at what looks like a very nice weather in Lyon there. I mean, we're just waiting probably at some point for this to be announced, I think, today, aren't we?
Yeah, so I was told yesterday that, let me just check this. Yeah, expected to complete his medical today, basically, and total fee could reach 15 million with a 20% sell-on clause included. So, yeah, looks a good deal for Liverpool. Looks a good deal for him as well, going to play at a high level in a really nice part of the world. So again, he's been waiting for this opportunity to really go and kick on. So I think that could work out really nicely for him. And yeah, you wish him all the best because again, he's played for Liverpool. He's been part of trophy-winning squads. And he's come through at his boyhood club and managed to play at that level. So, fair play to him, but it is time for him now if he wants to take the next step in his career to go and play more regularly. So this is it.
Yeah, and he will be a star in that team as well. And I mean, he scored last night, Ben Doak, and it seemed to have gone a little bit quiet on him. But then I know you put out this morning, Ben Doak still getting interest there as well, and West Ham and Wolves. From that, I mean, the intimation, are you expecting still a departure for Ben Doak in this window?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, again, it's clear he's not part of the first team plans. And I think for him, he was essentially up for sale last summer if someone had reached the right fee. Obviously ended up getting a loan move to Middlesbrough instead. And then when permanent interest came in January, it wasn't quite at a fee that Liverpool wanted to bite on at that time. They felt that if they kind of left him at Middlesbrough longer, they would possibly get more. But of course, then he got injured in the end and wasn't able to kind of complete that loan stint. But plenty of interest in him again. And that's just a couple of clubs who are there. There are other clubs in the mix. And, again, if someone comes in with the kind of right fee, then he will be moved on. I don't think anybody really wants to be in the situation where they're loaning him out again. I think a permanent would probably be best for all parties, but we just wait and see how that one goes, really.
Yeah, see if anything develops there. And yes, a few of you have pointed out that when I was rushing a little bit ago, I have spelled outgoings wrong, but I'm sure you got the topic with what we were talking about and discussing there at the same time. And I mean, there was a few others were on the pitch last night. Jayden Danns was, James McConnell wasn't, but there still feels like there's a raft of Bacetic wasn't with the squad, outgoings of sorts, whether it be permanents or loans, still to do near at the end of the window.
Yeah, so Dan's, again, you expect him to get a loan move, and he probably does need that, having missed so much football last season. And similarly with James McConnell, expectation is new contract and a loan move, and quite a lot of interest in him around that as well. So, just a lot to resolve really in these final few weeks of the window in terms of the outgoings, and quite a lot to resolve in terms of incomings as well, I guess, in terms of Mark Gay and Alexander Isak. So, yeah, it's been a busy one for Richie to you so far, but it's going to stay busy for the next few weeks, and I bet you can't wait for September the 1st to be wrapped up. That's how you say it, isn't it?
Yeah, he will be looking for a break, probably well earned at this stage as well. And there is a surprise question which we sometimes throw into you, so I will do it now. It's not too bad as normal though, so you don't need to panic too much. From all the signings and what you've seen so far, not the player of the year or anything like that, which player do you think is going to give Liverpool best value for money from what you've seen of the new signings so far?
I know it sounds mad to say about the player who you spent over 100 million on, but I still probably think it's going to be Florian Wirtz, because I just think this guy just looks ridiculous, doesn't he, already? I just think he's going to be so central to what Liverpool do in forward areas this season, despite him being a new player. Already, it's funny because you look at kind of his ratings on the apps and things, and he doesn't look that good in the friendlies, but you actually watched him and it was like, this guy is a magician. He's going to be unbelievable. So, really, really excited to see how he gets on, and just excited to see him be the focal point of that attack, really, because I think even if they sign Isak, he will be the main man. And I genuinely think he's shown flashes that he can be worth every penny of that fee. So, despite how big it is. So I just, can't wait to see more of him. Can't wait to see him in the Premier League. Can't wait to see him kind of leading that Liverpool team, really.
Well, that's a bit of a taster for you, because next week is obviously the Charity Shield, so the season opener, as it's also known, which also means you're going to have to start making your predictions for pre-season and see how they work out at the same time as well. So I'll let you prepare for that as well. But there we go, ladies and gents. 2 games back to back. Who could possibly want more? Agents in the stands? Possibly. Players doing well on the pitch? Definitely. More moves this week? Who knows? It's all to play for, isn't it? There's bound to be more stories, twists and turns. And just in case you did join us a little bit late, everyone's obviously waiting to see what happens with Benjamin Sesko, and Manchester United have now made a bid. So we'll see if that delays or disrupts an Alexander Isak move. But All it leaves me to say as ever, for the time, the insight, and answering all the questions, David, it is much appreciated.
No problem. And I note that someone has called us the double D's in the chat box there, which we will not catch on because we don't want to be known as a pair of tits. So, but thank you.
There's got to be something better than that. Although I won't invite suggestions. It'll probably get worse. So yeah, we'll see on that one. But on Tuesday, the 5th of August, that was another Media Matters for Anfield Index.